Everybody, better for the Better podcast, and it's time to talk Blood Bowl 3. So this week we're expecting a Games Workshop preview event that got canned, entertainingly so. A bit of a shame, actually, to be fair. But that got canned, which means we've got no Blood Bowl news proper. But what we do have is the Skulls event coming up, which is going to be the reveal of the next team for Blood Bowl 3. All right, so Games Workshop binned off their preview event, but they have got the Horus Heresy drop site preview coming this week, Friday at 7 p.m, which is quite cool. I do like the idea of them doing preview events kind of a weekend, especially like an evening time like that. That's actually quite cool. Like that means, you know, most people are going to be kicking up, finishing the week, and then if you're tangentially interested in Space Marines, it could be quite a cool thing to jump in and pay attention to. I will probably passively watch it, but I mean, it's always nice to have a new box set, isn't it? Even if it's a game you're never going to play, it's always just nice. It gets that Christmas morning tingle, right, of building the two little forces and just having a wonderful time. But yes, Horus Heresy is coming, which means there's going to be no Blood Bowl news. But we've got the Skulls 2025 Showcase, which is the Games Workshop video game reveal thing, like E3, but just for Games Workshop stuff. Now, when it comes to the Games Workshop games, the only one we really care about, right, is Blood Bowl 3, but there's a couple of other cool things there. Tacticus, Battle Sector, Warp Forge, don't even know what they are. I may have seen Tacticus as an advert. I think Tacticus is the Games Workshop's version of Raid Shadow Legends, because I've seen it advertised on like Tabletop Tactics or something, and I thought, wow, no. Dark Tide Rogue Trader, okay, cool. Space Marine 2, really good fun. I'm looking for bolt gun more, but I'm a retro gamer, you know me. I love a good bit of pixels, which is probably why I like Fumble quite so much. Now, there is one cool rumor here. So Total War 3, I don't know what's left to release in Total War, to be honest with you. It's been a while since I've played Total War, but I mean, that's where all the stuff for Cathay's come. And that is also where the stuff for, what's the other one? Oh my God, come on, Ben. What is going on? Cathay. And then you have the Norse people. Kislev. Jeez. Us. Yeah, the Kislev crew is where, it's also kind of where all the units and stuff have been shown off for those. So that's where we that was the brewing up for the old world, which is very cool. So I don't know what they're going to release. But the cool rumor that I've heard that is probably going to come to nothing is the potential of a Total War 40k. Now, I love the idea of playing Warhammer 40k. I love the world of 40k. I love the units. I love the big old chunky Space Marines and the gribbly aliens. It's just very cool. I prefer the kind of Rogue Trader 3rd edition world. It's way more kind of medieval and feudal, and kind of the newer one is a little bit too, I don't know, it just feels different. I love the exploration, like where aliens are a big deal in the earlier editions of 40k, and I think basically Tau turned up and everyone's like, oh, aliens aren't really that important. So yeah, but the prospect of having a Total War game with like a linked star systems and having 40k units to move around, do you know, that is tempting for me. I do like the idea of playing in the 40k universe. I love the models, I love the style. I hate the idea of playing the tabletop game, but I mean, that's what one-page rules is for, right? If you've got Space Marines and Tyranids and you want to run them on the board, one-page rules will get you doing that without actually having to, I don't know, pass the bar. Right, this is what we care about, which is Blood Bowl 3, however. And if I bounce over to the other screen, we will see that roadmap was released for them for 2025 here, which is nice. It's always good to see a roadmap that's got information in it. So season 8 is where we are now, is yeah, and then season 9 is coming. That's the one we care about. So this is coming, and it's coming in June 2025. June 2025 is next week, basically. So oh my God, it is. Well, depends on whether you consider Sunday the first or the last of the week. Yeah, so it's June, basically in a couple of weeks. And that means that Season 9 for Blood Bowl 3 is going to be landing. Now, I imagine it'll land around about middle month, maybe the 8th or 9th, like kind of tends to, but That means there's going to be another team. So new competitive season, new seasonal event, new blood pass and cosmetics. Sure. New faction. That's the business. And 4 new star players as well. The star players, they tend to be a bit random. Like sometimes they'll theme them to the team. Sometimes they'll just release star players. And sometimes there'll be star players that we don't have on tabletop that just pop into existence for Blood Bowl 3, which is quite cool. Eternal League redraft and AI improvement. Now, if you've played Blood Bowl 3, it's a very good tool for teaching you how actual Blood Bowl, like the rules and stuff, work for the ones that work right. It's a good way to start learning the game, to be honest with you. The AI is it's like terrible, beyond terrible. I have nothing good to say. So an AI improvement would be cool. I genuinely think if you said, hey, ChatGPT, here's a mouse, play Blood Bowl, it'd probably do a better job of it than the Cyanide AI. So kind of looking forward to seeing that brew up a bit. But the important thing here, the thing we're all really looking forward to, is which faction is going to be on Blood Bowl 3. Because I've had a bit of a break from Blood Bowl 3. I haven't really had much time. But I do love playing Blood Bowl. So I'm pretty tempted, whichever team lands, because there's only a few left, to just binge some Blood Bowl 3 on this, because it's still good fun. And the thing is, they've got this new arena mode, which is like resurrection format, which is quite cool. But I do like the idea of using Blood Bowl 3 to kind of turbo through some league builds, and there's quite a lot of teams in Blood Bowl 3 now. Blood Bowl 3 is actually catching up. Now, Season 10 is going to be September. There's going to be a new faction and 5 new star players. And Season 11 is going to be December, which is going to be a new faction and 3 new star players and item gifting, which I don't care about at all. But that does mean that we've got 3 more factions coming to Blood Bowl 3 for the rest of the year. And I think we need to start speculating on who's gonna arrive. So we do a rundown of the teams that are in or out of Blood Bowl 3. Underworld, Amazon, Elven Union, Old World Alliance, Wood Elf, Dark Elves are in. Undead, Skaven, Necro, Orc, Human, Norse, Lizards, Imperial Nobility, Chaos Renegades, Dwarfs, Halfling, Nurgle, Chaos, Black Orcs and Goblins are all in. And the teams that are missing, that we're going to discount, actually we can definitely have that team's now High Elves and Tomb Kings. Like, with the fact that they're just waiting and floating around in Teams of Legend, I don't think they're going into the game yet. I think they'll wait and do them last. I mean, it's Cyanide, so who knows. But looking at what we got left, okay, let's talk about what we got left. We've got Vampires, High Elves, Chaos Dwarves, Tomb Kings, Khorne, Snotlings, Ogres and Gnomes all left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams left to go. Can Games Workshop release 2 teams in 8 lots of 3 months? That's 2 teams in 2 years. Yeah, I think they can. So I think what we'll see is probably Tomb Kings and High Elves and just pushed right back to the end. Potentially, depending on, I mean, hey, where are we? We're May. We are gagging and desperate for a Games Workshop Blood Bowl release. So I don't know, maybe we'll get both teams this year and it won't really matter. But we're looking at season, what, 8? So Vampires, Chaos Dwarves, Khorne, Snotling, Ogre and Gnomes. Now, the way Cyanide seems to be operating with the license, it could be any which way, right? I don't think they're very well aligned with Games Workshop, judging by the fact that star players have been released out of order and with different stats from tabletop. Snotlings, Ogres, Gnomes, they've got 2 stunty teams out there at the moment already. Khorne, they've got Norse, which are a similar kind of frenzy team. Chaos Dwarves and Vampires. So the team I think we're going to get is Vampires. I think Chaos Dwarves and Gnomes, I don't know, maybe they'll go early with them and build up on the hype because they're still quite new, reimagined teams, right? But Vampires are doing really well at the moment, so I'd like to see them. Do you know, I wouldn't mind any of these. I think I'm a huge fan of this team, but I think the most underwhelming one there would be Ogres. Like, it would just, I mean, Ogres can be great fun, but there's a couple of stuntians in there already, and it would, I just don't think it would be, I think it would be the least interesting of all those teams to go. Gnomes would be brilliant because you just get to absolutely brew them up, which would be so much fun. Don't get me wrong, a 6 ogre block build, chef's kiss, but you know. Snotlings would be brilliant, but I think there's a lot of stuff they need to brew up for Snotlings. you know, riotous rookies, the positionals. I don't know. Seeing pump wagons on the pitch would be great though. So Snotlings would be good fun. Corn, I think, would be the easiest. I don't think there's any special rules there, is there? Corn are all programmed in. So Corn would be, I think, the easiest for them to do. Chaos Dwarf, we need some new skills. Vampires, we need some new skills. So I'd love to see Vampires. I would also quite enjoy to see the new Chaos Dwarves on there, because I think running them through the rigmarole of Blood Bowl 3 would be really great to see how the new Chaos Dwarf roster brews up a lot, like develops a lot. I think if I meet halfway between Logic and Heart, Vampires just would be brilliant. And if Vampires drop, I will binge them. If Vampires drop, if Chaos Dwarves drop, if Gnomes drop, I will absolutely, who am I kidding? And Snotlings, I will absolutely binge games on Blood Bowl 3. But we will find out on Thursday this week, and I will definitely be jumping on and doing a video about that, because I'm quite excited. I'm quite excited to get back into the world of Blood Bowl 3, especially as there's, what, 21 teams on there now? So yeah, I think I might be coming back to digital. Anyway, let me know what team you think is coming on Thursday for Blood Bowl 3, and we'll be back soon with more Blood Bowl content. Happy blocking.